Welcome to Emerging Civil War News. I'm Chris Mikowski, and joining me today from Music City, Tennessee is Jim Kay of the Battle of Nashville Trust. Jim, how are you today?
Great. Thank you for having me on.
Delighted to have you with me. You've got some big news to celebrate for folks who are interested in the Battle of Nashville, a nice preservation success.
Well, we have. It's been big news, and it's really started over the last couple of years that we've been able to make some deliveries on acquisitions of property. But the most important part of the Nashville battlefield is what's called Shies Hill, where the Confederate line was broken on 16 December 1864. We have owned part of that hill. It's total, 18, 20 acres. And in the last year and a half, not only have we added 1 acre uh, coming up the hill, we just closed on 2.25 acres on the summit, where there are still original earthworks and where some terrific and horrendous fighting took place a long time ago. But we're really pleased with this.
Now, Shies Hill's located in a neighborhood, so some people, may have a tough time finding it, which makes its preservation, I think, all the more important because, here's where one of the most climactic parts of the battle took place, and you guys have been able to now set that aside in perpetuity.
Oh, yeah. Nashville is booming, booming, and this is a residential area where the residential buildable lots are, $1 million an acre now. It's hard to believe they've tripled in 12 or 14 years. And this is a park within a really nice area of town. And we started this in 1994. And here we are, what, 30 something years later, and we've added 3.25 acres to it. And we're getting a lot more support, a lot more visibility, and been a lot of work. But this has really been fabulous to be able to preserve this for centuries for Americans to come and enjoy. In addition to the
Now,
neighborhood.
yeah, help walk me through. Last time I was at that site, I was able to park on a little, paved road. There was a pathway that went up. There was a state historical marker, and then on the very summit of the hill, there was an artillery piece, some flags, and some earthworks. What do we see now if we go there?
Uh, we have put 2 mountain howitzers on the lot where you walk up the hill. We have a Minnesota and Ohio monument, and very soon we'll have a Tennessee monument on the summit, as well as interpretive panels that are similar to the kiosk at the bottom, but they'll be better up top. And it's a marvelous view of Nashville. You can see all the way to downtown, all the way to the state capitol. It's a view that really is unchanged since 1864, except for what you see, which is an amazing transformation.
Now, why is it that so much of the Nashville battlefield has disappeared? Why isn't there a big chunk of battlefield the way we think of if we think of, a lot of other Civil War battlefields?
Well, I think that people were trying to forget what had happened. We came under U.S. occupation in February of 1862. The town probably tripled in size. The earthworks ran 20 plus miles in 2 lines around the city, 8 or 10 forts impregnable to assault. Every tree was cut down. The place was filthy, miserable, and people wanted to forget it. And that's why one of our other landmarks, Fort Negley, which was the largest inland forts in the United States, went into disrepair after the war. It was rebuilt in 1934 by the WPA and immediately went back into disrepair because the citizens of Nashville just didn't care about it. In 1999, it got redone and it's visible, clean, and a really great place to come visit now. But, it's taken a turn for the public to get reinterested, reacquainted with this. But the short answer is I don't think anybody cared because it was so bad they wanted to forget it.
That said, I think you guys have some really neat sites that people can visit. I think that there is a misconception that there's nothing to see in Nashville when in fact there is.
Lots and lots to see here. Something for everybody, and you can go down and drink for days on Music Row, not Music Row, Lower Broad. You can tour Music Row if you want to get out of the music a little bit. There are fabulous Civil War sites here in town, and one of them is the hill that we're protecting.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the other work that the Battle of Nashville Trust has done, and how might people be able to get involved in helping with the preservation efforts that you guys are doing?
Well, we thank you. We educate Nashvillians, the school children in the schools about our history. We are an apolitical group. We give the facts, answer the questions, and let people interpret what they want, how they want. We own another property called Redoubt Number One, which was the corner of the Confederate line on December 15th. Once again, it's in a neighborhood where the lots there are a half acre for $1 million. So, saving land here is challenging. It's not like if you've got $1 million and go to Shiloh, which is a world class battlefield, you can buy 1,000 acres. Um, it's one small step at a time here, and two back, one forward, but we've been able to do three or four forward lately, and that's why we've been able to come into this.
That's fantastic news. And I'll say the Redoubt was a neat little site. Alexander Stewart was in charge
Yeah,
there, and
that's right, right,
yeah, yeah,
right.
great site.
Bad place to be if you were a Confederate, uh,
Uh,
as was Shies Hill. Actually, Nashville was a bad place to be if you were a Confederate. But all in all, it's we do a little bit at a time, and we've devoted our professional lives to this. I mean, we're all volunteer organization. We don't have any paid employees. We had our first paid employee this year, which was a summer intern, and what we've been able to piece together with stepping on the backs of people before us that made contributions. It's been really amazing.
uh, uh, any tips on what's next for the Battle of Nashville Trust?
We're going to keep adding land as long as our funding keeps coming from state and federal grants. We're going to add pieces of this hill to the park, and I hope in my lifetime we've got 7 or 8 acres over there protected for generations to come.
Uh, Jim, congratulations to you and your colleagues on the great work you've done in preserving a really important landmark for the Battle of Nashville.
Well, thank you, sir. We're grateful.
So, I'm Chris Mikowski for Emerging Civil War News. We'll see you online and on the battlefield.